What is a memory? Something remembered. Something we encounter once, then recreate again and again in our minds. Some stimulus triggering an action potential to travel along a neuron's axon, which in turn triggers the neuron to release a neurotransmitter for a neuron on the other side of a synapse to accept through receptor proteins, and this happens again and again with higher volumes of both the neurotransmitter and its receptors. Scale this up to an entire network of neurons with all the synaptic connections possessing an astonishing capacity for plasticity, and probably a bunch of other things that we still don't know anything about, and bam! Your brain has just stored a new memory. The hell? Sorry, that's just my biology degree speaking. They say life is a marathon, but my college life was a sprint. Enrollment, class, homework, getting food, meetings, exams, all against the clock. I have a playlist that would take over 4 days to play from start to finish. Obviously, I enjoy all the songs in it, but I used to only really listen to my absolute favorites on loop. They were reliable doses of dopamine. But after a couple years, the music lost its vitality. It kind of all started sounding like bland noise. Same for my studies, all the hours in lecture halls, classrooms, and libraries blended together. And even my club activities, which used to keep me on my toes, became the most uninspiring tasks on my to-do list. The only things motivating me to do anything were the consequences I'd face if I missed a deadline. And that kind of motivation only lasts so long. I had a classic case of burnout. So I took a pause. This is Taiwan, my mom's home country, and my home for 2 weeks in September 2023. Even though my mom told me great things about her childhood in Taiwan, I kept my expectations low. I mean, we basically had no plans. My Mandarin skills are pretty abysmal, and there was a typhoon coming for the southern half of the island. Or, I guess the whole island for like a day or two. But once the weather cleared up, the island revealed its true beauty. The views, the food, the reverence for art, music, and history, and especially the people. But I still couldn't help but feel a little out of my element. As a creative, I'm very used to consuming media for the sake of gathering inspiration, contributing to some project I'm working on. But for once, I didn't have a project. I didn't have a reason to think about why I appreciated certain things. That gave me a lot of headspace to just appreciate everything around me for what it was. Every fire needs oxygen, fuel, and heat to burn, but those ingredients are all useless without an energy-releasing chemical reaction to kickstart the flame. And the thing about burnout is that you never know when, or if, you'll ever get a spark, any ounce of motivation, or even just a sliver of an aha moment again. But as if the void in your head couldn't be more empty, it comes. The brain makes a new connection, or the more likely scenario, it reinterprets an old one. It conjures up an emotion, an item, a melody, a crazy idea, asks, what if? Then responds with, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that, and lots of doubts. Then a single, why not? Because who knows? This could be the start of something truly unforgettable.